Hi friends, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today's practice is all about showing our brains a little love. So the movements that we will explore today and the breathing techniques are intended to help increase blood flow and oxygen to the brain, which then can help our overall cognitive function. So that includes balance, memory, mental alertness, focus, productivity, and so much more. These movements are also really great for calming down the nervous system, and these are a lot of my go-tos that I use whenever I am experiencing brain fog. So in terms of items, feel free to bring along with you a blanket or a pillow. Alrighty, let's tend to our mind and body because after all, it's all connected. Let's get started. Hello friends, let's find a comfortable seat of our choice. So this could be in a cross-legged position, a kneeling position. You could be doing this sitting on a couch or in a chair. It's all good. Find your comfortable seat. All right, feel free to sit up on a blanket or even your pillow that you brought with you to the practice just to help you sit up a little bit taller and for some extra support. Let's take a moment to rock our pelvis forward. Draw our shoulder blades up towards our ears, back and then down, creating some space between the ears and the shoulders, and then tuck in your chin slightly, creating some length in the back of the neck. So not only do these actions help us sit up a little bit taller, they help improve our posture, but it's also great for encouraging the energy, the blood, the oxygen to move around a little bit more freely throughout our body, including to our brains. So anyways, that is just something to consider as we move today throughout this practice. Okay, so bring your index finger and your middle fingers together and bring them up to your temples. We're just going to give our temples a nice little massage, so taking them in circular motions. Nice gentle pressure as the temples can be very sensitive. Feel free to close your eyes here or even just keep a soft gaze. And you can reverse your circles whenever you feel it's necessary to do so. Feel free to experiment with massaging the cheeks, or maybe even the jaw. I personally like to give my jaw a little TLC because I tend to clench my teeth quite a bit. So this just encourages my jaw to relax a little bit more. And then just feel free to massage wherever else, so on your face, your head, just whatever feels nice and good. Okay, and then when you feel satisfied, open up your eyes, release your hands to the earth. We're gonna integrate some movement with the breath now. So as we inhale through our nose, we float our hands up and towards the sky to a count of 4. On our exhale, we breathe out through our mouth, and we do so to a count of 4 as well as we float our hands back down to the earth. All right, let's give it a try and I will guide us. So inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through the mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now you take it away. You got this. Two more rounds. Wonderful. Notice how you feel. Perhaps you feel a little bit lighter, inviting that fresh oxygen into the body. If not, it's all good. Still have lots of the practice left. All right, let's begin now by drawing some neck circles here, nice and slow. Taking your time. These can be very small circles. So we're showing our neck a little TLC because our necks, they hold up the head, right? And I just found out not too long ago that the head actually weighs quite a bit. So the average head weighs around 10 to 12 pounds. The brain itself weighs about 3 pounds. So our necks deserve a little loving. Okay, you can reverse your circle at any time. And regardless, we're working out any kinks, any stiffness that has built up in the neck as we do this. Wonderful. And then we eventually come back to center. Let's do some seated twists here. Bring our right hand to our left knee, swimming our left fingertips back and behind us, fingertips planted on the earth. Look past your left shoulder here and begin to nod your head yes as you breathe. Beautiful. Coming back to center, take it on over to the other side. Swimming now the right fingertips back and behind us, looking past our right shoulder, and we nod our head as we breathe. Beautiful. Back to center. I'm just going to turn on my mat so that way you can see me from a different angle here, but feel free to stay exactly where you are, and you can still stay seated up on your towel or your blanket or the pillow, whatever you brought with you to the practice today. Now extend your legs out long in front of you, heels roughly in line with the hip points. Flex through your feet, toes pointed up towards your face. As we breathe in, we send our hands up and overhead, really radiating energy out through those fingertips. And then on an exhale, begin to bend the knees quite generously, draping your upper body towards your thighs and allowing your hands to either fall on your shins, your ankles, or even the soles of your feet. Look forward out in front of you. Breathe in here. And then on an exhale, bow your head, chin towards your chest, forehead towards your knees. And breathe here. Perhaps you spend some time really breathing into that back body, or you even find a swaying motion from side to side. Your choice. Okay, we're here for one more breath cycle. And then on your next breath out, begin to roll on up through your spine. Great. Bring your legs in and let's make our way to all fours to a tabletop position. If you find that the knees are a little bit sensitive, feel free to use your blanket or the pillow to just pad the knees, or you can just fold your mat over. Okay, when you arrive there, let's stack our wrists underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hip points. Spread the fingers nice and wide, pressing into the fingertips. Shine the elbow creases forward so that way they're facing the front edge of the mat. Loop your shoulders, press into the tops of your feet. Rock the pelvis forward slightly just to create some length in the back body, tucking in the chin slightly and reaching the crown of our head toward the top edge of our mat. So again, just like when we were in that seated position, we are trying to again create that beautiful line of energy that runs from the tip of our tailbone all the way on up to the base of our head. And so we are also going to get a little spinal work here as we move through cat-cow, because after all, the spine is also connected in our overall brain health. So as we inhale, we reach our tailbone up towards the sky, dropping our belly, loop our shoulders, look forward, press out of your foundation. And then on an exhale, starting with the tailbone, tucking the tailbone in underneath the body, rounding through the back body, belly button up towards the spine, chin towards the chest, and last release towards the earth is the crown of the head. Beautiful. 2 more times, nice and slow. Inhale, drop in the belly, opening on up. And then exhale to round through the back body, chin towards the chest. Inhale to drop the belly, open up into cow pose. And then exhale, making our way into cat pose. Beautiful. And then find a neutral spine once again. Send your right foot back and behind you, toes planted on the earth. And then your left foot, toes planted on the earth. Really reach the heels towards the back edge of your mat. We are here in plank for 5, 4, 3, 2. And then on the one, send the sit bones up and towards the sky into a downward facing dog. Keep your knees bent here. So that way you can really help straighten out through the back body, really melt the chest towards your thighs. Feel free to walk your hands towards the long edges of your mat to create a bit of a wider base here, and pedal out the feet if that feels right, taking your dog for a little bit of a walk. And if your ankles are anything like mine, you may be hearing some snap, crackle, and pop action happening. Oh geez. And then just really stretching through the backs of your legs, through the ankles and the feet, just finding what feels good. So for me, I personally love inversions because 1, it encourages the blood to flow in the opposite direction, and 2, it can really help calm down the nervous system. So inversions like downward dog, forward folds are really helpful for our overall brain health. Let's eventually find some stillness. Let's take a deep breath in together and then empty it out through the mouth. All right, let's take a slow journey to the top edge of our mat. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just focus in on what it feels like. Bend the knees quite generously here and just allow the hands to kind of dangle, hang loose here, and find a swaying motion from side to side as we just hang out in a forward fold for a moment. Eventually find some stillness. Okay, let's begin to roll on up through our spines as slow as we can go, until we eventually find a mountain pose, standing nice and tall on our mats. Feet can be flush together or hip distance apart, your choice. So we're going to focus in on alignment. Just as we did in our seated position on the mat, we're also going to want to do this in mountain pose in order to encourage the blood and the oxygen, the energy to move around more freely throughout our body. So let's begin by rocking our pelvis forward, looping our shoulders, and tucking in our chin slightly. Bring your hands to heart in prayer position. Perhaps you even press your thumbs to your sternum just to feel your heart pumping, the blood flowing, and breathe here just for a moment. Beautiful. Bend your knees, and on your next inhale, open twist to your right. Sending your right hand back and behind you, left arm forward. Exhale to come back to center, hands to heart, and on your next breath in, open twist to your left. Right arm forward now, left arm back. And then exhale, back to center. So I have a little bit of a challenge for us today. Let's try our best to step our right foot back and behind us without even looking at our mat. We'll give it a try. So nice and wide, so stepping that right foot back towards the back edge of our mat. We're preparing for warrior 2 here. So we're gonna want to turn our toes in slightly so that way they're facing a corner of the room and our heel is out. So we also want our back leg to be nice and strong and straight. Bend through your front leg here, your left knee stacked and in line with your your left ankle, thigh parallel to the sky as best as possible. And let's extend our arms from left to right, looking past our left fingertips here. I sometimes find that when I'm in Warrior 2, I tend to lean a little bit forward here. So I'm going to encourage us all to try to align our head over the heart and the heart over the pelvis as we explore this pose. So Warrior 2 is definitely a power posture, and it is really great for mental alertness, focus, concentration. So all good stuff for the brain. So let's breathe here as we hang out in Warrior 2. Lovely. Bring your hands to your waistline and now pivot on your back foot. So that way your back toes are now facing the front edge of your mat, and walk your right foot towards your front foot here. Find a little bouncing action up and down. The hip points now are facing the front edge of your mat. They're nice and square to the front edge. Okay, find some stillness. Let's breathe in together. And then on your next exhale, begin to lift the back foot away from the earth, hinging forward at your hips. Yep, we're going into a Warrior 3. Torso roughly parallel to the mat, back leg roughly parallel to the mat as well. I also find it useful to find a small micro bend in my standing leg to keep me nice and steady. Hands can come to heart, or you can even extend your arms out in front of you, biceps towards your ears, your choice. And breathe here. So balancing postures are definitely really great for encouraging focus. If we have a busy mind, sometimes can help to quiet the mind. Those thoughts tend to trickle away as we're focusing on not falling over. We're here for 3 more breath cycles. You got this. And then gracefully make your way back to a mountain pose on your mat. Let's take it on over to the other side, sending our left foot back and behind us, nice and wide on our mat. Again, we're turning our toes in slightly, heel out. Back leg nice and straight, front leg, so now our right leg now. Knee is stacked over top of our ankle here, bringing that thigh as roughly parallel to the sky as possible. And send the arms from left to right. Gaze past your right fingertips now and breathe here. Maybe trembling, the thighs, and be like, woo, what are you doing to me? It's okay. Try to stay focused. Keep on focusing in on that breath. You got this. Beautiful. Hands come to the waistline once again. We pivot on our back foot here. Now our hips are square to the front edge of our mat. Let's walk our left foot in towards our front foot. Again, we're going to find that bounce action over here as well. And then we eventually find some stillness. Breathe in. And on our next exhale, begin to lift the back foot away from the earth. Again, keeping a small micro bend in our standing leg to help us stay steady and strong and stable. Hinging forward at our hip, bringing our torso roughly parallel to the ground, and same with our leg. Look down at the ground, help you keep your balance, and find a variation with your arms that works well for you. And breathe here. If you fall out of the posture, it's all good. Just make your way back on into it. It's all a practice. We're here for 3 more breath cycles. Great, and then make your way out of the pose. Let's come to turn on our mat, coming to the center of our mat, feet wider than hip distance apart. So we're going to do a little brain gym exercises, and maybe some of you are familiar with that. Some may not be. It's all good. But basically, whenever I was, or the whole class was a little bit rowdy, when I was in elementary school, my teacher would stop the class and be like, okay, we need a little body break. And then we would do some of these brain gym exercises. So we're going to try some of those today. Let's cross our left elbow right across our body as we lift our right foot away from the earth, and we connect our elbow to our knee, or at least towards our knee. Okay, Next, right elbow crosses the body, trying to connect it to that left knee or thigh as best as possible. So we're gonna alternate between the two of these. We're gonna take it nice and slow to start, just kind of getting the hang of this, so right in the left side. You may also find that we're getting a little core workout done in there. Bonus! And then perhaps we pick up this pace a little bit, pick up the tempo. Just, exploring, experimenting. Keeping our chest nice and open. The brain loves cardio, it really invites new oxygen and blood. And perhaps you find a little skipping motion if you would like, bouncing. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Woo, I did it. All right, so we're gonna do one more of those, but it's a little bit of a different variation where we're tapping our ankle instead. So we're just alternating between the two, just tapping the ankles. Just give it a try. Nice and slow, keep on breathing. And then perhaps again, we pick up the pace. And if you would like, you can add a little hop or a skip in the mix. And we are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Let's all inhale together as we send our hands up and overhead towards the sky. And then on our exhale, hands come to the heart in prayer position, and we just slice it on down through the middle, coming into a forward fold, bending our knees quite generously here. Plant the palms and step your feet back into a plank. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then lower the knees down on the 1. Swing your legs off to one side, any side, and come to a cross-legged position on your mat. On your next inhale in, send your arms from left to right, really radiating energy throughout those fingertips, really past those fingertips. And then on your next exhale, give yourself a big hug. Bring your right arm over top of your left, like so. On our next breath in, let's send our elbows up towards the sky. Look up, arching through our back body. And then on an exhale, bring our elbows towards our belly button, rounding through our spine, chin to chest. Inhale to move on up, look up. And then exhale to round through. 2 more times just like that, but you take it away. Beautiful, come back to center. Send the arms from left to right once again. And on your next exhale, give yourself a hug, opposite arm on top, so left arm this time. And the exact same action. We breathe in, we look on up towards the sky, elbows up towards the sky, and then exhale to round through, elbows come on down. 3 more times, you take it away. Beautiful. Unravel and come back to center. Let's bring one hand to our heart space, the other to our belly. As we breathe here just for a moment, perhaps with the one hand, you can feel the rise and the fall of your belly as you breathe in and out. And perhaps the other hand, you can feel your heart beating and pumping, fresh blood throughout the body. Nourishing the body, the brain, and all of our other vital organs. And as we sit here, feel free to close your eyes for one, as I'm closing my eyes. Feel free to close your eyes. But as we sit here, I invite you to just reflect upon our practice. Consider perhaps what movements or breath techniques you really enjoyed or you found useful. For example, perhaps you really appreciated the balancing posture because it helped to quiet the mind. Perhaps it helped you focus on maintaining your balance. Perhaps you really liked the inversions that we did today, encouraging the blood to flow in the opposite direction to the brain. Maybe that felt nice, relaxing. Or perhaps you liked integrating the breath to the movement. So many different options to choose from, but what I do encourage you is if you did find one or more useful, I encourage you to use those strategies, the tools, not only on your mat, but off the mat as well, trying to apply it to our daily lives. Let's all take another breath in together, showing love to our precious brains. Breathe in. And maybe out through the mouth this time as we breathe out. Wonderful. Open up your eyes if they were closed. First off, I want to say thank you so very much for joining me here today and for showing up to today's practice. I also do want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for really supporting me, supporting this channel, for the amazing feedback and encouraging words that I have received over the past couple of months. It has truly meant the world to me, so thank you so very much. If you haven't done so already, kindly subscribe to Yoga with Rachel, as it is the best way to support free yoga content for all. Ring that notification bell to be notified of new video uploads to the channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the practice, and please share this video with someone that you believe would benefit from this flow. Comments and questions are always welcomed and encouraged. Thank you so very much, everyone. Take good care, and bye for now. Come here, Angel. Do you want to be a part of the practice too? Come here. Or do you just want food? Come here. Yeah. There she is, making an appearance on the channel, huh? All right, I'll feed you now. Bye.